Leo, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it, Leo. Happy new day, new week, I should say. We are in April now. It's full-fledged Aries season. We had a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, and the energy's been kind of back and forth, up and down. Continues to be a lot of heightened water element combating that fire element. We're in fire season with Aries, so they're kind of playing off of each other, and it can cause a lot of tension, a lot of resistance, especially when we're dealing with people, situations who aren't necessarily managing themselves, etc. It can end in some heated arguments, tension, fights, frustrations, etc. So we really got to be mindful of those things, and especially Leo, with you being a fire sign, it's easy to kind of get sucked into that stuff. Not good, bad, right, or wrong. But if you know you don't want to go down a certain road with someone, then it's nice to be prepared, right? It's nice to kind of have a heads up or recognize like, hey, I might get a little bit triggered in this dynamic. Maybe I can take a beat, take a step back, etc. Because we are being forced to find new ways to deal with issues, situations, problems presently. What we've done in the past is no longer working, and so a new approach is required. We're not seeing a lot of movement in Mars otherwise, meaning new opportunities, new things that you're trying to invite in, manifest into your life. Those are kind of put on hold right now because, again, there is this emphasis to work with what you got, work with what's in front of you. Even if it is causing frustration and tension, it's there as a learning lesson. It's there to kind of bring some awareness to your heart, to your mind, to your soul, what needs a little love, what needs some readdressing, etc. That's why I like to start off the readings with these energy cleansings, just kind of set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. It's a great way to cleanse out some of the limitation, restriction that we might be coming into. It's also a really good time to set your own intention as well, Leo, especially if you've come into this with something on your heart, something on your mind, something you want spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, all that good stuff, definitely hit me up. Or if you're just looking for more of a realignment of self, your mind, your body, your soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're grounded in self, we're making choices, decisions that actually honor who we are, what we want, and will bring us happiness and fulfillment, which we all deserve, right, Leo? So definitely hit me up if you're interested. I would be honored to help support in whatever way possible. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fear, doubt, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love, Mama. Don't want that to burn anything now. All right, Leo, let's get into it. So you feel like your energy is a little depleted this week. Like maybe you need a recharge, a reset, kind of I'm hearing like taking some time for yourself, whatever that looks like, however practical that can be in your life right now. Maybe it is just a few moments, an hour, a couple hours, etc. Maybe you have time to go away, take a little bit of a trip, kind of detach, disconnect from everything that's been going on lately. Because there's a call to kind of readjust readjust maybe your approach to situations and dynamics, people, places, things. Mercury and Venus are in retrograde right now. So it is highlighting relationships, obviously, that Venus. It's also highlighting how we communicate, how we connect, how we work in partnerships with those dynamics. Oh, I love this confirmation. I didn't even read it. All right, take a trip. So Spirit suggesting the same thing I am. No, I'm kidding. It's this value, right, of just, I feel like you just need to take a beat is what I'm seeing. Reconnect with yourself. Remember who you are. Remember your beauty, your strength, your power. Remember all those good things that you bring to the table. Like I said, you feel tired. You feel exhausted. You feel like you've been through a lot lately. And maybe in a way where you've forgotten who you are, where you've kind of, again, disconnected from yourself, but in the way that you're not listening, you know, no shade, right? The disconnect I'm talking about, getting out of town, getting out of Dodge, kind of not having to be so overwhelmed or consumed with whatever's going on in your life, because it does look like you are giving your power away to someone or something. And it is draining you at this point. You know, it doesn't have to be a person. You'll know. Stop obsessing in your blocked energy, right? You'll know if it's a person or if it's just a thing, right? Like sometimes we obsess about achieving certain goals, having certain things, being certain things in our life, etc. It does look like whatever this is, you're pretty emotional about it. It's provoked a lot of emotion. Hence, again, some of that stress or exhaustion that I'm feeling. And ironically or not, like Mars right now, or even for the last few months or so, it's been really weird with how movement is happening in life. Like I was saying earlier, we're not getting a lot of new things. It's on the horizon, but we're still kind of reworking some of the old. And we have to figure out how we're going to show up for those things. If we're not setting a foundation now, it's not going to happen in, you know, a few months or whenever you do start kind of seeing new life open up. Spirit wants you to be a little bit more vulnerable this week, a little bit more honest. You don't even have to be honest with others if that doesn't make you feel comfortable. This is just being honest with yourself. When we're honest with ourselves, we're able, again, to just make better decisions. We have more awareness. It doesn't mean that you have to tell the whole world or air your dirty laundry or this, that, and the other. This is just about this is about you like maintaining what is yours, i.e. your power. There's something where you're getting a little more clarity around. Things are starting to look, there's that King of Cups showing up. Things are starting to look a little bit more balanced in a way. You are preparing for new beginnings. New beginnings are on the horizon. You're coming in as the King of Swords, trying to look at things in a diplomatic manner. But I feel like it's kind of hard right now because something has been kind of toxic. I feel like you've been fighting with someone. You guys are still at odds. There still is this self-protection. There still is like not wanting to talk to each other. I do feel like there's been some answers that have come through or answers that are coming through in this week in this dynamic that's going to help bring realization. It's actually kind of closing out this cycle with this person situation is what I'm seeing. It's bringing a closure to it. And I feel like, you know, it's weighing on you. Whatever this is has been enough to push you in a direction you weren't really planning on going. I feel like there was a snowball effect is what I'm picking up. Part of the reason why you're feeling really exhausted, you got pushed into this different direction and then you just kind of were going with the energy and one thing led to another. And it's hard to, I don't know, to me it looks like you're really kind of trying to decide and deliberate what your next moves are this week. But there's a conversation that needs to be had. I feel like it's a little bit dicey. I feel like topically it looks like you don't even want to go down this road. Topically, you're just trying to figure out what the best solution is and not even address what doesn't need to, because someone is being toxic. Someone is being just emotionally unstable, or it has this energy of like, they don't even really care. They're just letting their emotions run wild, and they don't care how it comes across or how it affects you or what gets said, etc. And you're kind of at this place where like, yeah, this hurts my feelings. I don't like this, but I'm just, you know, I'm not going to involve myself if I don't have to. At the same time, you're still obsessing about it on the sidelines, you know, in your mind. And maybe even like, I don't know, I feel like this ego is more related to having a conversation. It's not easy when someone's always getting triggered left and right. It's not easy to just have a normal adult conversation. Both parties have to be willing, right? But there is an art of communication. Look it up on Google. There's a way to talk to people without being triggering, without blaming, pointing the finger, taking responsibility. There's so many different ways to communicate that even if this person can't hear, which I'm not really quite sure that they can, at the same time, they want to. They want to hear. They want to listen. They want to have some sort of closure, some sort of understanding, even if they are always on the defensive. This is someone who's like in that victim mentality. Woe is me. Leo did X, Y, and Z to me, and so I deserve to kind of just be in my feelings, etc. And it doesn't really look like they want to approach you. I feel like you're going to have to be the one to approach them. But I do think this does require some mindfulness before you go into it, being aware of who and what you're dealing with, but not letting it, you know, it shows that both of you are kind of blocking yourselves. And I look at this as simple, as a conversation. No one knows what to do. No one knows how to move forward. And so, we got 2 4s, 2 8s. And so things are kind of stagnant. And it's actually creating more mess. There is a way to release this. There is a way to move forward. Stop giving your power away. I do feel like you're working towards that because you are in this King of Swords energy, which is awesome, Leo. Keep looking at things in a diplomatic way. Even if you have to have like your feelings about it, right? You have an emotional reaction around it. Then you can take a step back and say, okay, well, why is this bothering me? Is this about them or is this about something that's hurting inside myself? And I know like that type of self-exploration is not necessarily fun. But it brings us back to our original point, right? Full circle moment in the reading, which I love always. That value that we have to have awareness so we can better know how to navigate our own life. Because something is amiss, right? And to me, it's like one person's super emotional. One person's looking at everything rationally. No one wants to deal with each other because I don't want to deal with the emotions. Well, I don't want to deal with the coldness. You know, there's just like not being able to find harmony and balance. It does look like a conversation can be had. I don't know that either party, like I said, really wants it or would even be ready for it. But again, if this cycle continues, it's going to be on the same loop, repeat over and over and over again. And it does feel like this is something that you know, Leo. I do feel like you want to get out of it on some level because, again, you do feel tired. And this is requiring you to use your wisdom, to use your inner resources in a way that you can grow and evolve and overcome. It is one of these essential growth type things, which, again, aren't always fun, but we're seeing this all across the board in the collective. We're being given an opportunity to really connect with, invest in the things that we want to manifest in our life, but unfortunately, or not, we have to do the work to get there. And the way the astrology is, it's just not, there's not a lot of wiggle room, right? That's why we do have to do things like surrender control. Even if we think or feel like someone deserves something, there's so much value in taking a step back, shut your mouth, think about it first, and then respond, right? That's very difficult for fire signs, but at the same time, it's going to help you claim back your power. You are a badass. Act like it, Leo. I love this. Such a great way to close out the reading. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. Know that I'm sending it back your way.